So Kenyan fresh flour producers can now use sea transport as an alternative to air transport to reach international markets. So according to the Kenya Flour Council, sea transport is cheaper and environmentally friendly when compared to air transport. Dennis Otieno has more on this.
After a 3-year break, Nairobi hosted the multi-billion-dollar global flour industry fraternity for a 3-day international flour trade and exhibition IFTEX. And it is here that details of commercialization of sea transport for flours from Kenya were unveiled. This after Kenya Flour Council and the Embassy of Netherlands signed a framework of cooperation in adoption of sea freight for perishables in Kenya.
Today, for a subsector that employs more than 200,000 people directly and indirectly employs more than 500,000 Kenyans, this is very important.
Under the framework, Kenya is targeting to transport over half of its total fresh produce by sea in the next 8 years.
At the moment, we are doing between 15 to 20 containers a week, with a vision that by 2030, 50% of our fresh produce needs to be exported by sea. And we are working towards that. The extrapolation we have at the moment, together with other players in the market, is that by 2025, we should be at around 35%.
According to the council, the new venture is expected to address the issue of capacity and freight charges.
The charges, we are at about $5.8 per kilo, which is still pretty high compared to our competitors, Ethiopia, who are currently at about 2.5. And this, of course, just erodes our competitiveness. So we want to bring in sea freight. And with sea freight, we believe that with added capacity, then the prices will be driven downwards. So at the moment, we are at about 3,800 tons in terms of demand every week. We are still short of that.
Though ambitious, industry stakeholders are confident about the prospects of the new mode of transport in the long term.
So there's two reasons. One is going to be the cost of transport is going to be much less. By a ship is obviously cheaper than air, and secondly, the European consumer wants more environmentally friendly ways of using, buying Kenyan flour. So this is very environmentally progressive. Much better for the environment to use air freight instead of sea freight. So we're encouraging on both sides that the move towards sea freight is a very good one.
We want to have less carbon footprint, and so we want to have the best and easiest and safest method to deliver our produce to the other markets.
Kenya is now slowly following in the footsteps of Colombia, which exports more than 70% of its horticulture by sea. As Kenyan flour growers and exporters rewire their businesses by diversifying their transport modes, they will also be upping their game in new markets such as Asia and the Middle East. Dennis Otieno, Citizen TV at the Visa Oshol Center, Nairobi.